Dunedin back to their home stadium of the Forsyth Bar, back to a whole new 15 today for their second warm-up match of their pre-season to the 2014 Super Rugby competition. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflake's Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2, and of course our Highlanders career mode, where we are into our second warm-up pre-season friendly match, you could call it, of this series. And we're back at home in Dunedin, where we will be unleashing our second whole new 15 from the squad. So a whole new 15 players for you guys to check out to see who we've got to make up this squad. And without further ado, we're going to crack right into this one and see who we have. So following up, if you haven't caught our first warm-up match, where we played the Queensland Reds and we beat them too, 26-19, in a pretty good effort by a pretty big name team too. Today's team is a lot more homegrown and a lot more localized from the players we have today. We'll go through them quickly. Most of the forward pack is players retained from last year, or New Zealand players mainly coming through, like Mitchell, Thorne, Boys, Ioane, Dixon and Manu, all Highlanders from 2013, with the addition of the two props, with Carl Heyman finally returning to New Zealand rugby after a long time away overseas plying his trade. He has come back home to where it all began, where he was once an All Black, and well, let's see how he can go back in the cauldron of New Zealand rugby. On the other side of the scrum will be Diaz, the Argentinian, signing with the Highlanders, also the youngster. See how he goes for the Highlanders this season. In the back line, there is a pile of youth in this back line. It is talent and it is just youth all round. The one retained player from 2013, Aaron Smith at halfback, has got his Ahia West outside him at fly half, and then his centre pairings of Francis Saili and Fonatia will be an explosive and pacey centre pairing. On the wings, Gillies Kaka and Sharon Stowers, explosive pace and just skill and talent from the youth all through that back line, with Robbie Robertson returning for his second stint at the Highlanders, the Southlander. See how he goes back from his time with the Chiefs. Up against him though this week is the Melbourne Rebels, and we can even go through this Rebels team and have a look at a few changes for them as well with the transfer windows. Starting off with the lock, Tisu, the Frenchman, coming in for the Rebels. And what else have we got there? Number 10, Jarvis, the Welshman, coming in. Also Dimitri, the inside centre, is another new addition, also from France, as well as Vainu from the ITM Cup recently on the left wing. Apart from that, they have, of course, Tamati Allison, an outside centre, an ex-Highlanders player, already matching up against his former team here today. Will be interesting to see how he goes. As well as Toby Smith as well, number 1, just about missed him, from the Super Rugby, the Chiefs, if I recall correctly, also moving to the Rebels. So a few additions to this Melbourne Rebels team. Let's see how they get on in the second pre-season warm-up match. So a lot of new players coming in for the Highlanders, and also the Rebels for that matter. They will be led by Holmes, the Rebels, and Thorne will be leading the Highlanders as it's kicked off from Jarvis, and he goes deep down to Diaz, who gets his first touch of the ball in a Highlanders jumper. And they are straight away into the action. And the Highlanders come through Saili. Here's Dixon playing at number 7, and Fonatia gets his first touch of the ball. This is a great start for the Highlanders for Sharon Stowers. He'll be too fast. Pace Express from Stowers will get the first try, and the Highlanders will start with a real bang back at home in Dunedin. Stowers' just explosive pace, too much for the Rebels. And that is how it is done. Sherwin Stowers, outstanding. What did he have against him? Not much. A couple of big forwards, but even the back line couldn't stop that. That was an amazing run. Jarvis caught out of position very early, out on the wing, smoked from Stowers. Woodward was nowhere to be seen, the fullback for the Rebels. And that is really a clinical start for the Highlanders. Ahia West will be taking the duties for today's match at the tee. And well, there is a young, very young amount of talent coming up behind Sexton is that's West taking his shot at goal, which has gone astray. Getting those two youngsters mixed up, Gillies Kaka and Ahia West, both coming from the same place, both down now at the Highlanders. It is West playing at fly half, and he's missed his conversion, so just 5-0 for the Highlanders, but an explosive start for them as Boys gets it to Heyman, and Carl Heyman back in New Zealand Rugby. Saili and Dixon combining again, just outside midfield. And that right-hand side for the Highlanders is looking very good at the moment. Fonatia again does a brilliantly job, but Vainu has intercepted the pass, and the Rebels have a real chance now going wide. Diaz has a big job here to try and stop this, and they do a fantastic effort too, as there was nothing on for Thompson. The ball has gone to the Highlanders, and Boys with the intercept. Aaron Smith, Saili, poor pass back. Fonatia has to recover it. Here's Gillies Kaka. Kaka cutting them in half. He breaks away on the left, chips over the top of Woodward, and it goes into touch. Possibly out on the full as well. And the Highlanders, wow, the addition of youth here is really exploding them into this match. Stowers, Fonatia, Kaka, all playing brilliantly so far, but it's the Rebels who take down the line out and they spin it to the left. Here's Dimitri, the Frenchman, the new addition. Out wide they go to Jarvis, another one, and he's pushed into touch and a brilliant tackle. And the Rebels, not much going right for them at the moment, playing in their away strip of the white. The blue going to the home team of the Highlanders today as they have a line out for Mitchell. Goes to the back for Dixon. Nicely taken from Aaron Smith. He goes into contact and gets his pass intercepted from Higginbotham. Now they're away from Vainu. Good break from the youngster. This man has speed. He has plenty of speed. And his pass eventually goes away to Dimitri. Here's the Rebels again. Jarvis going very wide again. Jarvis. Now's a chance on the outside for Mitchell, cutting back inside to Frigastilla. He goes to ground just 5 metres out. Rebels hot on attack, looking to pay back that try. Burgess goes back for Jarvis, who gets hit hard. Robertson picks the ball up and goes for a little dabble through a couple of players. The Highlanders responding to the kick from the Rebels. Dealing with the pressure. Smith to West. West will put it on to his boot, thumps it down to halfway. Mistake from Woodward. He'll have to come back and clean it up.
Advantage.
And now there's advantage to the Highlanders. Is that a forward pass? It is a forward pass. Holmes is the one who has been pointed at for that, but I don't think he really touched the ball. He received it. Oh, wobbly passes there from the Rebels.
Touch.
And it's gone down as forward, so we'll have a scrum set down. Big advantage win there for the Highlanders, but the Rebels have come to play at the scrum. They put on a good hit and pushed the Highlanders back. An experienced pack, this for the Highlanders. Not faring too well on that first hit out, and the Rebels have turned it over. Burgess goes for Dimitri. He goes even further for Vainu. Cutting it way out to the left side for Allison against his former side. Can't get away. Scrum packed down for Burgess to go across nicely. Vainu just about gets away again. But Saili makes a good covering tackle. Highlanders pile in, trying to turn this over, and they do. Aaron Smith waiting for the ball. Here's West. Numbers to burn here on the left side. Here's Mitchell. He's getting burnt up. And Gillies Kaka takes the pass from Mitchell. And a couple of Rebels players at the same time. Dimitri proving to be a value asset in attack and defence for the moment. Here's Manu. Manu through a little hole. Closes up on him, and Stowers comes from behind. And poor pass from Stowers. And it's picked up from the Rebels, who have another chance to attack. Burgess going wide. Good pass out wide for Mitchell. But he's claimed from Boys. And into touch. No, he's not into touch. Still going down with the scrum here, with the ruck. And the ball's popped out for Thompson. Puts in the pass for Jarvis, who gets hit heavily. Higginbotham goes through a couple of tackles, but taken down from West. Still there, Burgess. Coming off for the Rebels once again. Big men getting involved. There's Tisu, the Frenchman. His first real carry of the match. Jarvis playing a halfback. Nice pass out wide for Vainu again. Coming out to the left side. Fonatia can't get the pass for Allison, and it is eventually Higginbotham who goes to ground. Good tackle from Robbie Robinson. Half time goes. The Highlanders lead 5-0. The Rebels hot on attack. Still there for Wiggs. Short pass to Jarvis, running it at pace from deep. Still coming, the Rebels. Thompson tries to go himself, can't get through. It's put down on the 22. Highlanders desperately trying to get this ball. Burgess to the left side again. Has been a very focused attack on the left side. Fonatia turns it over in the ruck, and the Highlanders have a chance to put this out if they wish. They don't. They carry on going. Smith, Diaz gets hammered hard. West and Saili. He's still got Kaka. Will he use him? He does, but it's a poor pass, and Kaka eventually, he doesn't go into touch, which is good for the ball and the play going on, but the Rebels have turned it over through Smith. Coming out wide for Allison. Here's Dimitri again. Man on numbers here for Vainu. Can he put something away for the Rebels? No. High tackle from Aaron Smith. And it will be a penalty for the Rebels. Half time went a long time ago. We've just about had 50 minutes. And Jarvis, he's going to kick for touch and put this one away. And we'll head to the break for half time with the touch finder from Jarvis. The Rebels have pushed hard, but it's been valiant defence from the Highlanders in the first stanza after that massive breakaway try to kick this match off. We have a half-time break here at the Forsyth Bar Stadium. 5-0, the Highlanders lead the Rebels, and we can look through the stats, and that tells the story really. Highlanders having all the ball, but not having very much territory at all to use it with. The line break's an important thing. The Rebels surprisingly leading that one 5-4, but a big lack of finishing has let them down, and they haven't got any points to show for those 5 line breaks. Highlanders with 4, and of course Sharon Stowers with that fantastic try, showing a real turn of pace, as we know he has. And this young, youthy team, backline at least, from the Highlanders. Off to a good start here, 5-0. Not as explosive as the try-scoring fans might have wanted to see, but it is a good nuggety performance from this New Look Highlanders team. As we release the second 15, there's still another 10 players who have yet to take the field, so stay tuned for them in our third pre-season warm-up match. And then we'll have a fourth where we'll try and nail down our first team for the round 1 fixture. That will be coming up sooner than you realise. So the Highlanders lead this one, the second pre-season game here at Forsyth Bar, 5-0. All the ball, none of the field. And we have 40 minutes to decide who will take this one home. You have to say, Ihia West has been impressive with the ball in hand today. His kicking game, not bad either, as he kicks off to the left side. Fonatia has been impressive. He couldn't get hold of that one, but Toby Smith does. And the Highlanders turnover ball for Smith. Saili, Mitchell looking to swing it very quickly. Dixon gets ball and man again. At the same time, goes to ground, 10-metre line. Here's Heyman, back in New Zealand Rugby. Saili going out wide for Stowers. Stowers puts on the pace. Grubber kicks back inside. He chips ahead of another one, dives on the ball and scores. Sherwin Stowers gets a double. The man is a superstar. Such flair and talent for Sherwin Stowers. Such an unearthed gem in New Zealand Rugby. Look at the ability, look at the skill and talent. And the speed as well. Burgess tried to defuse that one, but he couldn't do it. Woodward didn't have the turn of pace to compete with Stowers, and Fonatia has supplied Stowers with great ball all night long. Another unheralded player is Kieran Fonatia, but they're showing their wares here today. The outside centre and the right winger combining, and really, when you look at who they're against, Tamati Allison and Mitchell, those are quality players. What can West do with his boot this time? Out on the right, that's a better hit. That's a superb hit from Ihia West. And he puts the Highlanders up to 12-0 over the Rebels. And it is a good showing so far. Maybe not the closeness that we had in the first match, but nevertheless, a good hit out for this young Highlanders squad. As the kickoff again goes down to Heyman, not the youngest member of the team by any means. Here's Ioane. What a run from TJ Ioane. Gets it to Dixon. Here's Stowers. Look out, Rebels. Here he comes again. He chips ahead this time and the ball's dwindled into touch. That time, things not quite falling his way for Stowers, but boy, such explosiveness. There was nothing on there. It was a good shift of play, but boy, he made something from nothing. As Burgess comes wide to the right-hand side. Dimitri going even wider still, right out to Mitchell, who can't get away. And Saili puts him in touch with a little bit of assistance from his winger. And the Highlanders' defence is looking very sharp here. Young players not getting flustered at all as Mitchell's throw-in goes nicely to Thorne. Here's West. Saili running a good bump ball into the midfield there. Here's Fonatea combining with Aaron Smith. Bit of lack of support there for Aaron Smith. A slow ball coming back here. Here's Dixon to Saili, looking for West. Going wide still for Kaka. Kaka puts on the fend, but he's taken down eventually from Dimitri. Just over the halfway, the Rebels look keen on turning this over, and they will. And it's turnover ball for the white team, the Rebels. And going into the tackles is Woodward. He goes up to halfway, but he might be turned over back. Oh, 2 turnovers in 2 phases. The Highlanders, West, looking to launch a play for Dixon. Elliot Dixon through a massive gap. Dimitri can't catch him. Dixon, what an explosive run from the number 7. Such a versatile player, just didn't have the pace. Here's Aaron Smith, back to Kieran Fonatea. Through the gap he goes now. Can he get over the line? Fonatea try. Oh, there was 2 outstanding plays from 2 very little known players, I guess, when you compare to their counterparts in the squad. But Elliot Dixon, that was a brilliant run, and then Kieran Fonatea just straight through the middle. That man was offside. He couldn't make the tackle. Bumps off the fullback Woodward, and then eventually taken down from Higginbotham, but it was too late. Fonatea with the momentum going over that line. Oh, brilliant play from the Highlanders. That was superb, really. Elliot Dixon has looked outstanding. And that number 7 jersey, normally 8 or 6, but he's really showing some versatility going into 7 with such great players like TJ Ioane and Nasi Manu. And that back row, it just, wow, such depth in this Highlanders team. Here's Ohio West with his conversion attempt. It is very good. And he goes 2 from 3 now, looking a lot better than the start for West. And the Highlanders, oh, they're looking absolutely outstanding here today against the Rebels. First match at home, these Highlanders fans would have been hoping that that Reds match was a real show of what might come in the future for this team. And now they're back at home. The fans are out to support them. And this is a real good showing of what they could do here as Fonatea goes wide. Wide for Stowers. Stowers is going to put it onto his boot again. Rubbers ahead. It's going back for Vainu. And West is right there. And Vainu gets to pass away to Dimitri, who eventually goes to ground in midfield. He looks like he might be hurt too, Dimitri. Oh, a huge hit. Aaron Smith again with the big tackle. That's 2 high tackles by Aaron Smith. And that's not too good for the halfback, but he's showing his brutality out there. Littlest man on the field, but he's put away 2 huge tackles. As it's thumped away from Jarvis, the Welshman, and to the Rebels team. With all these transfers now, we're getting a lot more Northern Hemisphere players, a lot of smaller country players like Georgians and Romanians, the likes of that, into these teams. As here's Holmes, the captain. Oh, it's a shocking throw from Holmes. It's gone straight to Dixon, who has been splendid today. The pass from Aaron Smith goes back to Ioane. Fonatea, Kaka. Kaka breaking away again. Where's the support? Gillies Kaka. Can't find it there. And the Highlanders come ranging in after him. It's slow. It's very slow. Nasi Manu clears out. And then he plays the ball from the back. Saili showing some pace. Saili through the middle, through a hole. Vaianu's trying to catch him. They won't catch him. And he eventually throws the pass out there, goes forward. And Tisu takes the ball to ground.
Advantage over.
And advantage is over for the forward pass. Here comes Tamani, popping it outside.
Release.
for Tisu again, I think that was. Here's the Rebels through Tamani again, trying to get out of their goal line here. They're in a bit of strife here. Here's Higginbotham. He can get away. He does break one tackle. Mitchell popping now for Thorne. Intercepted pass from Brad Thorne. And Aaron Smith's picked up the loose ball from Brad Thorne and then stolen from Weeks. So it's all over the show at the moment as Allison takes the ball into contact. Still inside the Rebels 22. Here's Burgess. Who's he going to find? There's a bit of a hole here and Saili's offside.
Release.
And the Highlanders will give away a penalty. 80 minutes goes off. And they fling it out to the left side now. Here's Dimitri, who's been an outstanding player. He's been a real addition to this Rebels team, but just a bit on his own, really. And we're going to see Smith off for Alo Emil. The youngster getting a fair bit of experience with ITM Cup recently, as Jarvis and the Rebels will run this one out of their own 22. Oh, dodgy pass, just managed to claim it there by the substitute player. I don't think that was, Alo Emil at all. And Ioane has put in a big shoulder charge on one of the Rebels players. This game is done and dusted as far as the contest goes, but they're still playing on here. Jarvis, you'd imagine, will tap this one. He'll go again. He looks out to the right-hand side now. Thompson popping it off for Higginbotham, and now they go through a couple of gaps here. Holmes with a good run. And he goes to ground. The Highlanders would love to give their fans just one more try, one more turnover even, and they do that. Just brilliant work. Here they come. West puts on the burners. Away he goes from Dimitri. He looks outside. Oh, high tackle and a penalty. West gets up and taps and goes. Higher West. Oh, just a metre short from the line. What a run from the young fly half. So close. The tap and go has not worked. Burgess runs it out, kicks it out, and he'll finish this match. Higher West so close to scoring. But really, statement made from the Highlanders as the full-time whistle goes. And they have punished this Rebels team with some clinical play. And they have looked very, very good. And they have done them a big deal here. Getting 2 wins now in their pre-season warm-up matches over 2 decent Australian teams. The Rebels looking a lot better now with those additions of these French and Welshmen. Jarvis, Dimitri and Tisu, very good players. They really played quite well today, has to be said. And they will do the Rebels well in the upcoming season. Today, though, was all Highlanders. 3 tries to 0, 19-0. Fonatea, he was outstanding in the midfield. Where are we going to fit these players? We've got Ranger, we've got Fofana, we've got Fonatea, and we have Sherwin Stowers as well. We have Saili, who was pretty quiet today, it must be said. But such talent in this Highlanders team. Is going to have to be rotation all through the season, everywhere. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to come up. The scorers for this Fonatea 1 and Sharon Stowers with the double. Higher West got his boots on in the end, getting 2 from 3. The Rebels getting zip. The full-time stats didn't change a hell of a lot. Maybe a bit more territory for the Highlanders, or a lot more territory for the Highlanders actually. Getting that one way over half, 58%. And line breaks, well, the Rebels, they led that 5-4 at half-time, remarkably. At full-time, 11-5. The Highlanders dominating that second half. That is a big factor in this match. Surprisingly, though, the Highlanders also made more tackles despite having 3/4 of the ball, which that is quite interesting indeed. Rebels falling off a lot of tackles. That's what that tells me. So the Highlanders, a good performance today, 19-0. They go 2-0 from their pre-season games, and they still have 2 remaining. So tune in for the 3rd match, where we will get the remaining 10 players out onto the field. And you can, well, after that, it is really open slather, and we will start to see who we are going to pick in our first team. If you've liked the performances of some players in these last 2 matches, feel free to, well, what's the word? Put them in the hat, really, for the first match. So if you like the performance of Kieran Fonatea today, let me know, and we may well see him in the team for our round 1 fixture. It's strictly performance based, this one. Such a talented squad, we just can't pick players on reputation. So that's how it's going to work. 10 players still to come in our 3rd fixture, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like the video if you like the series, and of course subscribe, because this is just super career mode with the Highlanders. And until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the match, and always, as always, take care.